Geico makes it easy to get affordable renter's insurance in as little as 90 seconds. That way, you have more energy for harder things, like the laundry. Why is it so difficult to fold clothes? They just end up wrinkly anyway, or on the floor in a pile that just sits there, taunting you. But with renter's insurance through Geico, at least you know that those clothes and the other things you love are covered. Get more with Geico.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
SA, the voice of South Africa.
I'm going to adore it here, I tell you.
Wait till you see inside. I mean, it's nothing posh, but comfortable. There's 2 bedrooms, 1 big and 1 small, and the big one's yours.
Oh, it's so pretty. What country is in the middle of Africa?
Some parts of the transport are terribly English. Cheshire, of course. Well, not all of it is. Coffees and things. There are parts just like Surrey or Hampshire. Oh, I knew you'd like it. I knew. Come inside. Come and see, Jane. Go and meet Alfred. He does the garden and... He's not a very good cook.
Darling, I'm here now. Cook. Snapdragons.
You and your old flowers. Everything that grows in England grows in South Africa, too, and a lot more besides. Remember me telling you about bougainvillea? Come on.
I didn't know they had such.
James Brooks was his name. He had been in South Africa for 3 years. Leaving England on an impulse, England and the girlfriend, he had come to seek his fortune in a city called Johannesburg that was said to be made of gold. Within a month, he had decided he might as well have stayed in Sheffield, for there was nothing African about Johannesburg. And then, the city got under his skin, and he saved and bought a small car and began to go on weekend safaris to Hartbeespoort Dam, and once he even drove to Durban. He wrote 4 times a week to a girl called Jane. And when she finally left Southampton University with an upper second or a lower first or something in history, she flew from a grey United Kingdom into the hard, bright sunlight of Jan Smuts Airport. By this time, he had rented a cottage at a place called Kyalami, where they race motor cars. And so began in earnest James Brooks' African adventure.
In our series, Beyond Midnight, we present The Picture, written and produced by Michael McCain. Oh, thanks, Alfred. Super, thanks. Shall we have tea outside? No, would you have tea inside? Wait a minute, Alfred.
Oh, darling, it's all right. I'll stay inside now. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay there, Alfred.
I never met anyone called Alfred before.
He's a nice bloke. Good in the garden, too, except he doesn't know the difference between flowers and weeds. What do you do, Jane? Look for a job. Will you teach? I love you. 4 years.
I get right as soon as I can. I must stay back myself.
Don't be silly.
I love you, too.
It's great to be able to say it instead of write it. Will you marry me? I meant to wait a bit before asking you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? It would have been... Oh, I don't know. No.
If I marry you, I won't have to pay about my share, will I?
No.
All right, I'll marry you. Sorry.
That's 15 cents you owe me for the milk jug.
And that's how it went on that first day, the day she came to Africa. James Brooks found it quite impossible to sleep that first night. On 6 occasions at least, during the frog-croaking, cricket-singing night, he got up and padded to her door and listened to her sleeping. Sleeping the confused sleep of airliners and airports, blue oceans and green hills, a burnt brown place called the Transvaal, that had existed for her only in a song. In her bright dreams, customs officials and smiling black people danced jigs with elephants and tigers, lions and giraffes, and 1,000 spear-carrying warriors sharpened their assegais and prepared to make Hollywood come true. Southampton had vanished. A world had changed. In 6 weeks, they were married, and the second bedroom was turned into a study, and from there she wrote letters home describing her exultation. Christmas came and went, and Jane Brooks grew brown in the sun and learned more Afrikaans in 4 months than her husband had managed in 3 years. The idyll lasted until April. Jane planted a cabbage patch and peas and began to make a compost heap. The idyll lasted until April.
Things will transpire going dry at this time of year. Oh, come on, Jimbo. It's John late. But to be honest, those sharks have kept him late still.
The lid of the dustbin lay on the ground a few yards from the bin itself.
Is it still? Come on, darling. Here comes the rain.
Once again, the lid of the bin was off. This time, the contents of the bin had been disturbed. An empty cornflakes packet lay several feet away. A newspaper parcel of tea leaves had burst.
I told her that I need tea leaves for the compost.
And the girl replaced the lid once more, wondering vaguely how it had been knocked off. It was raining, yes, but there seemed to be little or no wind.
The bell goes on. Not much from the bathroom. He's coming to me. Jane Brooks? Hello? Jimmy! What? Oh, you poor love. Where? Of course not. You'd have all the wheel pinched if you left it. Oh, darling. Well, you mustn't leave the jacket home in the garage, must you? You won't. Oh, that's kind of him. How long do you think? Are you very hungry, darling? Yes. Oh, by the way, we've got a nice visitor. I can look yourself.
20 minutes later, Jane Brooks was crouched in the small, cramped bathroom, waiting with a flashlight at the window. But nothing came. No dog. Nothing came at all while she waited for James, who had a puncture on the road from Johannesburg the night he forgot the car jack. Nothing came while she waited.
Oh, what's the matter with that? Jimmy would think I was crazy. Oh, Jimmy. 2009. That time to them 20 plus hours. What a tease. Hey, Jimmy! Jimmy, darling!
Hi! What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, darling. It's back. The doctor. What? The doctor. My lips just come up and I heard it. Oh, Jimmy, wake up.
I am weak.
You're going to
You
sleep.
know I wasn't. I was thinking. Put a rock on the lid. It can't have come on.
I can. Come on, don't.
I'll go and see. She went out into the dripping night and found... The rock? The devil could do that.
How many times has it been made?
I don't know. When was when I got that puncture?
2 weeks ago. No, on 3. It was Friday. Jimmy, do you think we would have put something down?
Yeah, like tossing, didn't it? Poison, you mean? We can't do that.
No, but he's a hyena.
As long as think of it can't be a dog, not even a wild one. Here, let me roll you a great fat lump. I'm getting fed up with that and seven.
You're a wet.
Yes, for the 3. Okay. Since the moon when we're waiting.
What do you mean?
Well, it never seems to come when we're watching.
It's not uncanny. It's clever.
Oh, all right. Clever then, thinking. No, I'll get Roger up tomorrow. Maybe set a trap or something. I told him about it, you know. He said it could be a hyena. Sometimes do get it.
They keep escaping the sewer.
No, they'd know. Would have been in the papers. No, I'm not going to put poison down now. That's horrible.
Must be terribly hungry.
Look, no more food in the dustbin. Nothing edible at all.
But I don't. I don't put anything. If he'd never been at the compost heap, you'd think that's where he'd go, wouldn't you?
It's not a very nice diet, compost. It's true. And don't ever walk out there after dark, will you? Hyenas, they're taking them off a strange look at you.
Charlie. Don't worry, Jane, darling. South Africa's perfectly civilized. You're not coming to darkest Africa or anything.
That's what you know, isn't it? Yeah, queer, isn't it? I've never known anything more as fast as... better than light. You flashed the light almost before the lid hit the ground and... Nothing? Well, that's what I mean by uncanny. I don't understand how these things can go that fast.
That's logical help. You know about cats and animals, isn't it? I'm dreaming right now. The puppies both get cold. Usually it never rains in the winters here.
It shouldn't. First year I was here, there was a terrible drought. Night, darling. Sleep well.
Morning, darling. 4 o'clock.
Blast. Still, we're going to have to get up early at 7.
Poor hungry little thing. Probably scrubbing my dust.
Roger Cilliers.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
30% discount at Stone Stopper by Moonstone TM. Find us at moonstonenutrition.com. Here radio. Stone Stopper by Moonstone TM is a doctor-developed, science-backed kidney health solution with 30 MEq of alkali citrate to prevent kidney stones. Available in powders and capsules. Enjoy an exclusive discount with my promo code moonstonenutrition.com. Here radio to get 30% discount.
Farmed at Knowles Drift. Visited the cottage that next day. He was a hunter, a one-time warden of the Kruger National Park, who knew a lot about animals, so it had to be an animal. He looked for spoor, but found nothing. The winter rain that shouldn't have been passed away, and the land became parched and dusty again. A month, 2 months passed. It was July, and the Brooks had forgotten their night visitor. Came the night of the new moon. Jane had just put out the light in the little round bedroom in the Kyalani cottage.
Do you? Oh, gosh, it gets cold, doesn't it?
Nothing.
It's back again.
Who cares?
This time, neither of them bothered to replace the lid. The illuminated hands of the clock showed 3:30 when Jane Brooks went into the kitchen to get a glass of water.
Oh, the moon's a beautiful dark. And it's stuffy. You must leave the windows open. Hello, Africa. Hello, world.
I don't know any more than you do. She suffered some kind of shock.
She doesn't even know me. She doesn't know anyone. She can't seem to... She walks about. She sees, but...
Mr. Brooks, sit down, please, won't you? This night when it happened, you say something knocked the lid off your dustbin outside your house. You've had this happen a lot of times, but...
Yes, but I mean nothing bitter or anything.
No, I know that. Now, this has happened many times, and you said you've often watched for it.
Waited, but we've never seen what did it. No, look, the night it happened, the lid was knocked off. But it was hours later when she... Well, I think she went into the kitchen. Maybe she heard something, I don't know. I don't think so, because, you see, we decided not to bother about it anymore. And anyway, it had been there for ages. We put a lock on the bin at first, and then we didn't bother. We never put anything it could eat in there after the beginning. But what? Look, I'm Miss Brooks.
Isn't frightened of animals?
She got frightened of animals. No, good heavens. She's never been scared of animals. Why? Think she saw a hyena or something? Could it have been that? Seen a hyena. Hyena frightened me to that extent.
From what I know of her, I don't think a hyena could do it now.
Oh, they're all very interested in her condition, as they call it. But like Gould. Oh, there's another one of them coming from Cape Town tomorrow, someone called Sachs. Professor Sachs. Roger, look, was it a hyena?
I don't know.
But you looked.
I looked, man, yes, I looked. Well, there wasn't a thing anywhere around.
I heard her screaming, and I went in there like a shot. It was bright moonlight. Like day it was, and there was nothing at all. Just the lid on the ground, like before.
I don't understand. Something to do with that to her. You're staying in Johannesburg now, aren't you? Near the clinic?
Yeah. You know what I think she's going to die.
Die? James, don't
She is. She's not here anymore. She's gone.
Gone?
There's nothing in her eyes. She's
had some kind of a shock, James. You know what Rosenstein...
But she's all empty. It's as if she's not there anymore. She just doesn't know me.
I feel very stupid about this, James. What can I say? I don't understand it. She saw something that frightened her. Well,
frightened one thing, but it's as if she's gone... And the doctors, they don't know what it is. She said, Rosen, it was like when people are shell-shocked in water.
How often did this thing happen? This business with a burn out of the country.
You all talk about that. It's got nothing to do with that.
I don't know. Might have. It happened the same night as the dog or hyena or whatever it was came.
But a long time after. I think someone was prowling about, going to break in or something. And when she saw him, he frightened the life out of her.
A human being wouldn't do that.
I never remember when you said that.
What?
Human being.
If you aren't going to stay at your cottage, can I go out there for a few days?
Yeah, of course.
That's good. I can take a while off. You've kept on your boy, you say. Can he make good scrambled egg, eh?
Roger Cillier went to Kyalami and stayed for a week. He slept during most of the days and waited with a rifle inside the small bathroom during the hours of night. On the fifth night, Roger Cillier baited a spring trap. In the morning, nothing. He left the meat in the trap throughout the next day, and it began to stink. The flies feasted on it and grew fat and fell helpless, crawling in the winter sun. Came the seventh night, and Cillier decided to return to Johannesburg the following day. He decided the Englishwoman was merely neurotic, like most Englishwomen, like most women, come to that. He had read everything of interest at the cottage and was considering bed when the cricket stopped singing. When you have been a hunter and you have listened to a million crickets singing their endless arias throughout 1,000 nights, you wonder when they just cease for no apparent reason. Nothing, except the smell of rotten meat.
You like lousy meat, whatever you are. And whatever you are, you move faster than lightning.
Nothing more that night, though. In the morning, Cillier went back to his farm and then to Johannesburg. In the afternoon, he set up 3 cameras. Each had a flash attachment and a shutter speed of 1,000th of a second. He arranged them with a complex system of wires, one in the bougainvillea, one on the bathroom windowsill, and the third on the ground, its lens looking out at the dustbin. Before dark, he drove back into Johannesburg to see James Brooks, his wife.
Nothing. I don't know what to do. They can't help at all. They just keep her at the clinic under observation. They can't seem to suggest any treatment other than usual shock stuff. Jimmy needs me, and she still doesn't know who I am. You're going back again?
You don't mind?
No. So what good will it do? Whatever it is too fast, Roger. You can't catch it, and if you're watching it doesn't come, and even if you saw it, well, that wouldn't help Jane, would it? And anyway, would it? The same thing happened to you?
A month passed. Cillier moved much of his belongings out to Kyalami and made himself comfortable. A bachelor, he had no one to answer to for his movements. His farm ran itself. He had a good staff. A month passed. Cillier read 8 novels, checked the cameras each morning, and grew a little bored. Jane Brooks remained the same. Her husband was told that if he could not think of some way to improve his work, he might lose his job. It was the beginning of September when Roger Cillier had the feeling that something was going to happen. He decided to watch that night. He had slept most of the others, leaving the camera's eyes to do their job. At 3:30, he went to get a gin. And that, of course, is when... But 3 small bombs of light had exploded in the darkness seconds before. Each camera had taken its impression of the rancid meat eater. Negatives and fluid, bottles and magic, the miracle of photography. The first exposure yielded nothing but a blurred image of grass by night, something that might have been the west wall of the cottage and a bit of sky. The second print might have won an arty European photographic competition, Kyle Army dustbin by night. The third print...
Do you believe it? Search me, man, I don't know. But whatever it is, the camera sees it and the naked human eye doesn't.
I'm a scientist, Mr. Filliers, a doctor. I can't accept
That old black kid. She's just the same, huh?
Yes, still the same.
I'm not trying to teach you your job, but can I make a suggestion that might help?
What?
Listen, I don't know whether you think it's too much of a risk.
Rosen was not interested in the photographer's plan. Another month passed, and only these 2 men knew what the camera had seen. Brooks was examined by 4 specialists, men from Switzerland, Germany, and Britain, as well as South Africa. No one knew what was the matter with her. There were many long textbook terms bandied about, but essentially her condition remained a mystery. And then, with her husband's permission and Rosen's reluctant cooperation, they arranged for Jane Brooks a slideshow.
Jimmy, Dr. Rosen, I think this might just at least tell us if she saw this too.
Stay close by her, Mr. Brooks. It might distress her. All right.
Jimmy, I'm switching off now. Put the main light on somebody. Tell him, King, what tell you do.
For a moment, the white screen had been filled with a figure the like of which no man had ever seen before, like a hyena on its hind legs, dancing in the glare of the camera's flashing, night-splitting eyes. A hyena with a hyena's body and a near man's face. A dawn man's face, hideous in its bestiality. The lips were drawn back in a snarl, a silent cry of defiance. Darling, it's all right now. It's all right. Yes. Please, darling, it's all right. Within the month, James Brooks and his bride flew back to Europe. She was herself again, nervous and depressed perhaps, but essentially herself. And after a while, Rosen assured James that even this would pass. Roger Filliers, who was always of a morbid disposition, rented the Kyle Army cottage and lives there still. The picture was never shown again. There is no point in wasting words attempting to describe the indescribable. Subsequent research revealed that the cottage was built originally on the site of an Ndebele burial ground that dated back to before the white man came to Africa. The Brooks live in Torquay, England now. They have no wish to return to the Transvaal, which is a pity. It's very beautiful. Most of the time. Even beyond midnight.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Other shows we have for you to enjoy at myclassicradio.net. The Avengers was most certainly not a household name in South Africa prior to the radio series. With no national television service until 1976, the mechanism simply was not present in the country to show television programs to mass audiences. While many other countries reveled in the filmed adventures of John Steed and company, South Africa was not equipped to join in the fun. The series took Britain by storm and made a major impression in the American markets, being the greatest of rarities, a British series given a network transmission slot. However, as a filmed series, rather than a videotaped one, The Avengers was able to gain a modicum of exposure in South Africa through film rentals. Come and listen at myclassicradio.net.